Welcome back to Good Old Television, where we're hitting rewind on your favorite memories. The beloved series Ghost Whisperer ended years ago, but its cast still lives on in the hearts of fans. Ever wondered what happened to the actors who helped bring its touching stories to life? In this video, we take a look at where the stars are now, how their careers have evolved, and what they're doing today. Let's revisit the world of Melinda Gordon and see how life turned out for the people behind the magic. Don't be a stranger. Before we start, show some love with a like and subscribe. Jennifer Love Hewitt is a multi-talented actress, singer, and producer, best known for her breakout roles in the 90s and her long-running supernatural drama, Ghost Whisperer. She first gained fame as Sarah in Party of Five and made her mark in film with horror hits like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Her career spans television, film, and music, making her a familiar face to audiences of all ages. Born in Waco, Texas, in 1979, Jennifer showed artistic ambition early, singing at livestock fairs, studying dance, and performing in commercials. As a teenager, she and her family moved to Los Angeles to support her acting and music goals. This step paid off when she landed a recurring role on Kids Incorporated, solidifying her status as a rising child star. In Ghost Whisperer, 2005-2010, Hewitt played Melinda Gordon, a young woman who communicates with the dead and helps them resolve unfinished business. The show was a hit and became the role she is most closely identified with, earning her praise for bringing humanity, empathy, and quiet strength to a very unusual gift. After Ghost Whisperer ended, Jennifer didn't fade away, quite the opposite. She starred in The Client List, where she played a single mom working in a spa, and later joined the cast of the hit series 911 as Maddie Buckley, the dedicated dispatcher. Her film roles also ranged from comedies to thrillers, showing that she's not afraid to take risks and challenge her own image. On the personal side, Hewitt married actor Brian Hallisey in 2013, and they have 3 children together. She's spoken openly about motherhood, her family life, and her journey through grief after the loss of her own mother, revealing a deeper, more reflective side. She even published a book exploring joy, healing, and finding magic in everyday life. Today, Jennifer continues to act, produce, and inspire. She's maintained her presence in television while also being involved in personal projects that matter to her. She's expressed interest in rebooting Ghost Whisperer, admitting it was one of her favorite roles ever. With her mix of nostalgia, resilience, and ongoing creativity, Hewitt remains a beloved and active figure in Hollywood, proving that she's more than just a teenage scream queen. She's a storyteller who's still writing her own chapters. David Conrad is a quietly charismatic American actor, best known for his role as Jim Clancy on the supernatural television series Ghost Whisperer. For fans of the show, he was Melinda Gordon's devoted husband and steady anchor, a man who balanced compassion with everyday realism, navigating a world where the living and the dead often cross paths. Born David Crawford Conrad on August 17, 1967 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he grew up surrounded by books and curiosity. His mother worked as a librarian. He was raised with 2 older brothers and developed an early interest in performance. After high school, he studied drama at Brown University, then honed his craft at the prestigious Juilliard School in New York, where he learned how to make even the quietest line on stage carry weight and intention. Conrad's breakthrough came when he was cast in Ghost Whisperer in 2005. Over the show's 5-year run, he played Jim Clancy, a paramedic turned spiritual ally who supported Melinda in her unusual gift of communicating with spirits. Jim was much more than a background character. David brought him dignity, warmth, and a grounded humanity, making him both a relatable partner and an emotional core amid the show's ghostly dramas. Before Ghost Whisperer, David had already built a diverse resume. He appeared in the television drama Relativity in the mid-90s, where he played a sensitive, thoughtful young man navigating family and love. In film, he took roles in Return to Paradise opposite Vince Vaughn, the naval biopic Men of Honor, and even the comedy Wedding Crashers. These roles showed he could be romantic, heroic, or quietly introspective, all without losing his acting soul. After Ghost Whisperer ended in 2010, Conrad didn't vanish off screen. He continued taking on guest roles in popular series like CSI, Miami, and The Good Wife, proving that his talent translates across genres. At the same time, he remained dedicated to the theater. His stage roots run deep, and he's been known to turn down major movie auditions in favor of roles that let him stretch as a performer. On a personal note, David Conrad keeps a relatively low profile. He's private about his family life, rarely courting tabloid headlines. That aura of reserve perhaps mirrors Jim's quiet strength on Ghost Whisperer. Colleagues and fans alike often admire how he navigates Hollywood with humility, never flashy, always dependable. Today, Conrad still acts, and he continues to choose projects that speak to him rather than chasing stardom. His career reflects that of a true character actor, one who isn't necessarily a household name anymore, but whose work leaves a lasting impact. Whether on stage or screen, he brings thoughtful presence, emotional depth, and a seasoned professionalism. David Conrad's story is not that of overnight fame, but of a steady and meaningful career, rooted in craft, forged in commitment, and grounded in humanity. In a world where celebrity often equals volume, his quieter path feels refreshingly real. Camryn Manheim is a powerhouse actress, activist, writer, and theater veteran whose career spans decades and genres, from gritty courtroom dramas to supernatural TV. She's best known for her Emmy and Golden Globe-winning role as Eleanor Frutt on The Practice, but many fans also love her as Delia Banks in the haunting series Ghost Whisperer. Born Deborah Frances Manheim on March 8, 1961 in New Jersey, Camryn grew up moving around. Her dad was a mathematics professor, which meant the family relocated a few times. In high school, she worked at a Renaissance fair, fueling her love for performance. She later earned a BFA from UC Santa Cruz and an MFA from NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, formal training that paid off big time. In Ghost Whisperer, Manheim played Delia Banks, Melinda Gordon's practical and loyal friend who co-manages the antique shop in Grandview. Though Delia doesn't have supernatural powers, she is a vital grounding force on the show, part skeptic, part believer, and wholly human. Camryn brought warmth, humor, and strength to the role, helping balance the show's ghostly moments with real, relatable heart. Long before and after Ghost Whisperer, Camryn was carving her path in television and film. On The Practice, she portrayed a fierce defense attorney, earning her an Emmy for her raw, intelligent performance. On the big screen, she's appeared in films like Mercury Rising, Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion, Dark Water, and more. She's also not afraid to take risks on stage. Her one-woman show Wake Up, I'm Fat was a hit and later adapted into a book, making her a voice for body positivity and self-acceptance. Off-screen, Camryn Manheim is as bold as her characters. She's an outspoken advocate for social justice, women's rights, and LGBTQ+ equality. She's used her platform to support organizations tackling sexual violence and women's legal rights. She once worked as a sign language interpreter in hospitals, a job she described as feeling like a real-life superhero, flipping her own script between activism and art. Today, Camryn continues to work actively in television, film, and theater, choosing roles that matter to her. Recently, she has been part of a law enforcement procedural, showing that even decades into her career, she still has the gravitas and presence to command a screen. She also writes and lectures, inspiring new generations of actors to embrace authenticity and use their voice both on stage and in society. Camryn Manheim's journey is a powerful reminder that being a great actor isn't just about big lines or flashy roles. It's about honesty, courage, and staying true to your values. She's the kind of artist who doesn't just entertain, she challenges, uplifts, and makes us think. Christoph Sanders is a talented American actor who has quietly built an impressive career in television and film, and many people first met him as Ned Banks in the supernatural drama Ghost Whisperer. While that role helped him gain recognition, his journey is much more than just the guy who talked to ghosts. Born on April 21, 1988, in Hendersonville, North Carolina, Christoph was homeschooled during his youth and deeply involved in Boy Scouts, even earning the rank of Eagle Scout. His childhood included local theater gigs at Flat Rock Playhouse, where he discovered a real passion for acting early on. Although he once considered studying engineering, he ultimately decided to pursue performance full-time, a decision that would soon pay off. Sanders stepped into Ghost Whisperer in 2008, taking over the role of Ned Banks from a younger actor. As the older Ned, he brought more maturity and complexity to the character, not just a sidekick or comic relief, but a thoughtful, emotionally grounded ally to Melinda Gordon. His portrayal struck a chord, and he became a regular on the show, appearing through its final seasons. Once Ghost Whisperer ended in 2010, Christoph didn't simply fade away, he pivoted. He landed one of his most recognizable roles in the long-running sitcom Last Man Standing, playing Kyle Anderson, a role he held for many seasons. The character is charming, innocent, and reliably awkward, perfect for Christoph's friendly charisma and comedic timing. On the movie side, he has dipped his toes into a variety of projects. He appeared in Hound Dog, 2008, a controversial indie drama, and in Legally Blondes, 2009. More recently, he's been in faith-based comedies and even Western-style films, showing that he's not afraid to stretch into different genres and take on varied characters. Off-screen, Christoph keeps a low but grounded profile. He's passionate about the outdoors. Hiking, camping, even woodworking are among his interests. He's often described as thoughtful, genuine, and down-to-earth, qualities that align with his on-screen persona. Today, Sanders continues to work steadily. He acts, he explores new roles, and he seems to pick projects that resonate with him personally. Whether he's making audiences laugh in sitcoms, appearing in meaningful indie films, or just being a consistent, reliable presence on television, his career feels intentionally paced, not rushed, but built to last. Christoph Sanders' story is one of steady growth, humility, and versatility. He's not chasing headlines. He's building a body of work that's quietly resonant. In a world full of flashing lights and fleeting fame, his path reminds us that sometimes the most powerful presence is the one who shows up again and again, doing what he loves with sincerity. Jamie Kennedy is an American actor, comedian, writer, and producer who has made a name for himself with a distinctive brand of self-deprecating humor and bold, offbeat characters. He's perhaps best known for his role as Randy Meeks in the Scream horror franchise, a horror fan's dream sidekick. His career also includes cult comedies like Malibu's Most Wanted, sketch shows, and starring in his own reality comedy hybrid, The Jamie Kennedy Experiment. Born James Harvey Kennedy on May 25, 1970 in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, Jamie grew up as the youngest of 6 children in a working-class family. He had a rough but funny childhood. He once faked a heart attack in a school game to influence a basketball outcome, showing early on he'd do anything for attention and laughs. After high school, he dropped out of college, moved to Los Angeles with big dreams, and worked odd jobs, including waiting tables and interpreting weird telemarketing pitches, while grinding away on his stand-up comedy. In Ghost Whisperer, 2008 to 2010, Jamie took on the recurring role of Professor Eli James, a college teacher and later friend to Melinda Gordon. Eli isn't your typical ghost-busting hero. He's snarky, smart, and a touch eccentric, providing a grounded counterpoint to the supernatural elements. Jamie brought sharp wit and quirkiness to the part, making Eli one of the more memorable and relatable non-ghost characters on the show. After his run on Ghost Whisperer, Jamie's career continued to zigzag in entertaining ways. He starred in films such as Malibu's Most Wanted, where he played a wannabe rapper from Malibu, and Son of the Mask, leaning into his over-the-top comedic style. He also guest-starred on TV and worked in voice acting, lending his voice to animated shows like Fanboy and Chum Chum and Legends of Chamberlain Heights. On the personal front, Jamie has been open about his journey. He's known for being remarkably resilient. His biography reads like a collection of comedic survival tactics. He built much of his early career by doing pranks, sketch comedy, and self-producing his ideas. That DIY spirit carried him forward, and he's remained creative and entrepreneurial throughout his career. Despite ups and downs, he's stayed in the entertainment game. Today, Jamie Kennedy remains active both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. He still does comedy, stand-up, podcasts, and touring. He produces content, writes, and takes quirky acting jobs that suit his unique voice. While he may not be headlining blockbusters these days, Jamie embodies the kind of working comedian actor who thrives on reinvention, persistence, and creative freedom. Jamie Kennedy's story is one of comedic grit. He reminds us that success doesn't have to come through the traditional route. Sometimes it's about forging your own path, embracing your weird side, and turning every setback into material. Jay Mohr is a well-known American actor, stand-up comedian, radio host, and writer with a career that's as varied as it is entertaining. He rose to fame in the mid-90s, appeared on Saturday Night Live, starred in cult films, and later made a surprising but memorable turn in the supernatural drama Ghost Whisperer. His style combines sharp wit, a self-aware edge, and a genuine ability to make us laugh, sometimes at ourselves. Born John Ferguson Mohr on August 23, 1970, in Verona, New Jersey, Jay grew up in a middle-class family with 3 siblings. Raised Presbyterian and later converting to Catholicism, he had a typical suburban upbringing, but he was drawn to comedy early. In high school, he was active in theater and honed his comedic voice, working odd jobs before moving into stand-up and ultimately landing on SNL. His early career on SNL, 1993-1995, was a springboard, giving him national exposure and allowing him to blend sketch comedy with personal banter. In Ghost Whisperer, from 2006 to 2008, Jay played Professor Rick Payne, an academic deeply interested in the paranormal. Rick's a smart guy who doesn't scare easily, but he does get spooked sometimes. Jay brought a perfect mix of arrogance, heart, and humor to the role. He was the kind of professor who had all the answers, until he didn't. His chemistry with Jennifer Love Hewitt's Melinda Gordon added warmth to the show, making his character more than just a nerdy ghost expert. He was a flawed believer who didn't mind confronting the eerie side of life. After Ghost Whisperer, Jay didn't just ride off into the sunset. He continued doing what he does best, shifting seamlessly between acting and comedy. He starred in the sitcom Gary Unmarried, 2008 to 2010, playing a recently divorced guy with a wisecracking take on love and adulthood. In movies, his credits are just as colorful. He appeared in Jerry Maguire, 1996, as Bob Sugar, a sleazy sports agent, and in comedies like Small Soldiers, as well as more dramatic fare like Pay It Forward. He's also lent his voice to animated projects and taken on guest spots in TV shows, proving that his career has both breadth and stamina. On a personal level, Jay Mohr has been open about life's ups and downs. He's dealt with fame, relationships, and parenthood in public, not always gracefully, but always honestly. He was married to actress Nikki Cox, and although their marriage ended, he's spoken in interviews about growth, responsibility, and how comedy has helped him process it all. He's also ventured into podcasting with More Stories, where he mixes reflection, humor, and interviews, giving fans a raw, more personal view into his life and career. Nowadays, Jay continues to juggle several creative outlets. He performs stand-up, appears in guest TV roles, hosts projects, and writes. He's not merely the guy from Ghost Whisperer, he's an enduring comedic voice with a career defined by reinvention. Even as he ages, gracefully with a few more laugh lines, his curiosity about life, identity, and what makes us laugh remains fully intact. In short, Jay Mohr is a comedian who became an actor who stayed funny, and a storyteller who knows how to use his wit to explore deeper truths. He entertains, challenges, and sometimes surprises, and that's exactly why we keep watching. Aisha Tyler is a multi-hyphenate performer, actress, comedian, writer, director, host, and she does it all with intelligence, empathy, and a healthy dose of humor. Among her many roles, she stands out for blending sharp wit with depth. Best known for playing Dr. Tara Lewis on Criminal Minds, voicing Lana Kane in the animated hit Archer, and co-hosting shows like The Talk and Whose Line Is It Anyway, Tyler has become one of those rare talents you instantly trust on screen. Born on September 18, 1970 in San Francisco, California, Tyler's path wasn't straightforward. She came from an intellectually rich background. Her mother was a teacher, her father a photographer, and spent part of her childhood in Ethiopia and later with an ashram in Oakland. Early on, she discovered theater in high school, then went on to Dartmouth College where she studied government and environmental policy, sang in an all-female a cappella group, and simultaneously laid the groundwork for a creative life. After college, she pivoted toward comedy and acting, bringing her unique perspective to a rapidly evolving entertainment landscape. In the supernatural drama Ghost Whisperer, 2005-06, Tyler took on the role of Andrea Marino, a university professor with deep curiosity and an appreciation for the unknown. Though the series is mostly about Melinda Gordon talking to ghosts, Andrea added a skeptical but open-minded foil, a kind of science meets spirit presence. Tyler's performance gave the show an intellectual edge and helped deepen its emotional resonance. After her Ghost Whisperer stint, Aisha's career soared. She starred in and voiced countless roles. The sultry, fierce Lana Kane on Archer, beginning in 2009, became a breakout in voice work, mixing deadpan comedy, superhero parody, and feminist bravado. On Criminal Minds, she brought zest and psychological acuity to Dr. Tara Lewis, a character that stretched her into more serious dramatic territory. She also hosted the CBS daytime talk show The Talk, a gig that earned her an Emmy, and took the reins of the improv comedy reboot Whose Line Is It Anyway?, where her quick comedic instincts shone brightly. Tyler's stage and screen work, combined with her production and writing efforts, reflect a career unwilling to be boxed in. Personal life-wise, Tyler has built a reputation for authenticity. She was married in the 1990s to investment banker Jeff Teachins, and after over 20 years of marriage, they quietly parted ways in the late 2010s. She has spoken publicly about issues like infertility and body image, using her platform to advocate for self-acceptance and empowerment. A lifelong gamer, sci-fi enthusiast, and straight talker, she leverages humor to challenge assumptions and connect with audiences beyond the screen. Today, Aisha Tyler remains as busy as ever, but with the focus of someone who knows her craft and purpose. She continues to act in television and film, voices major characters, hosts podcasts, writes books, and even directs. Her creative company behind the scenes allows her to support diverse voices and stories. Whether she's making you laugh, think, or ponder supernatural mysteries, Tyler's presence remains compelling. In an industry that often favors the flashy or fleeting, she proves the power of combining depth, versatility, and a refusal to play it safe. Aisha Tyler isn't just the talented performer you remember, she's the one you're going to keep watching. Kenneth Mitchell was a talented Canadian actor known for his versatile performances across television and film, and he left a mark in the supernatural series Ghost Whisperer. Long before his recent health struggles were made public, Mitchell had built a steady career playing thoughtful, complex characters, and his work continues to inspire. Born on November 25, 1974 in Toronto, Ontario, Kenneth grew up with a strong work ethic and a curiosity for storytelling. His early years were shaped by a love for sports and nature, but it wasn't long before acting called to him. He studied and trained seriously, and eventually he began landing roles that showcased both his physical presence and emotional depth. In Ghost Whisperer, Kenneth played Sam Lucas, a recurring character across several seasons. Sam is the man who hosts the spirit of Jim Clancy, Melinda Gordon's deceased husband, making his role uniquely tied to the heart of the show's supernatural drama. Mitchell's portrayal brought a quiet strength and a kind of grounded humanity to the role, someone you could believe in, even when the plot tiptoed into otherworldly territory. After his time on Ghost Whisperer, Kenneth's career continued to flourish. He appeared in the post-apocalyptic series Jericho, where his performance added gravitas to a world in crisis. He also took on guest spots in a wide variety of shows like Grey's Anatomy, CSI, Miami, NCIS, Los Angeles, Grimm, and NCIS, proving he could handle drama, action, and character complexity with equal skill. More recently, one of Kenneth Mitchell's most celebrated roles came in Star Trek: Discovery. He played multiple Klingon characters, Kol Shah, Tenavik, and later Aurelio, a scientist, in a role that was designed to suit his real-life mobility challenges. His work on Star Trek was not just about alien battles. It carried emotional weight and personal significance, as his later years were marked by a very public, courageous battle with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. On a personal level, Kenneth was devoted to his family. He married actress Susan May Pratt, and they had 2 children together. Despite his illness, he remained a playful, hopeful presence in his family's life and in the entertainment community. Friends and colleagues often described him as a dreamer, a warm-hearted soul, and someone who met his challenges with grace. Kenneth Mitchell's ALS diagnosis became public in 2020, and in the years that followed, he used his platform to bring awareness to the disease. He continued acting as he could, adapting roles so they honored his condition without hiding it, and showed fans that courage isn't just about on-screen heroics, it's also about living each day with purpose, even when things get hard. Sadly, Kenneth Mitchell passed away at the age of 49, but his legacy lives on, through his unforgettable characters, his openness about his illness, and his example of strength and humanity. Wherever he was acting, from ghostly dramas to interstellar sagas, he brought sincerity, presence, and a reminder that life is richer when we face it bravely. Kenneth Mitchell's story is one of resilience, heart, and talent. He wasn't just a supporting actor, he was a bridge between the ordinary and the extraordinary. and he will be remembered for bringing both worlds alive with honesty and artistry. And that's where the cast of Ghost Whisperer is today, each following their own path, yet still remembered for bringing the show's heartfelt stories to life. Time may have passed, but the magic they created lives on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us which cast you want to revisit next.